Hello, gentle viewers. This is Zab Guardian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 26, featuring the Colorado Rockies. Thank you very much to Brian Guerra, who had a comment. It said, I'm pretty sure it was them. Before I tell you filthy lies and calumnies, I should probably double check that. It was Chancey Underwood, so forgive me, Chancey. Who said let's run it back. So, excuse me, that's what we're gonna do. Um, we're gonna keep going for now. And we're gonna hope that we can fix some of the problems we had last season. And improve our chances of making the World Series. Or of winning the World Series. Although, in complete honesty, without any measure of hesitation, this is the single biggest thing that needs to change next year. No player we add is going to necessarily replace Charlie Condon being at the height of his powers. Maybe this injury from 2032 is more serious than we thought it was. Maybe he's cooked. I hope he's not. But it was a back injury. And given that, baseball players if you want to get a lot of power, your back's going to be involved in it, right? Maybe that's the issue. But the thing is, his power hasn't dropped off by as much. If you look at his isolated power, it's lower, but it's not like bottom of the barrel low. It's not that far off of, say, 2028, for example. It's only, 23 points off of that. It's that he's not making enough contact to make that power truly valuable. He's still at 39 home runs. So the power isn't the problem. The power is his ability to make contact. So hopefully, another year removed, he will get better, but we have to start preparing for the possibility that he won't. He is 30 years old. I know I kind of harp a little bit about the 30-year-old cutoff, but it genuinely is a thing. Not every player ages at the same aging curve. This is understood. But 30 is a big milestone for most players. Most baseball analysts, pundits say that peak, so to speak, is about 27 to maybe up to 31. That little span of years is where you expect the very best performance. And I don't know. Maybe he's still got more baseball left in him, but we need to start considering what happens if he doesn't. And look, I will completely acknowledge the fact that I'm being nitpicky because we literally were the best team in the National League last year. First in runs against, first in runs scored. This is understood, and yet, when you get into the postseason, your margins are so incredibly narrow that you need to find a way to get the most out of your team. Even if it means moving them for somebody a bit earlier than you want to. I'm not trading Condon, not this year anyway. But I want to take that particular seed and plant it so that in the future we can make the best decision for the team. I have no money. I don't know if you noticed that. I'll go back to it real quick. I have basically pocket change left. And it's not going to get any better. Alright. We need a new Double-A pitching coach. Tim Olszewski has done a pretty good job in High A. I think promoting him is just the smart move. I don't think I need to overthink this one. Welcome to Double-A, my friend. You've earned it. Billy Ashley is a good manager, but he's not really a good pitching coach. Samuel Doduno is kind of the same. Francisco Andrade is a genuinely good pitching coach. Let's go ahead and promote him up to High A. Interesting. He doesn't want to be... Oh, it's a hitting coach. Wait, what did I do? Huh? Oh, I picked the wrong thing. There he goes. Yeah, he's like, I don't want to be hitting coach. I don't know how to teach you ball to hit. That's fair. Albert Joseph is a pretty good hitting coach. I think we can promote him pretty handily to Fresno. We need a new hitting coach, a new pitching coach. We can do that fairly quickly. I mean, asking Matt Ortiz to do it is probably unrealistic, but we can at least ask the question, right? Someone with that much skill is almost certainly going to have major league teams beating down his door. I have two great choices here. Because it's a rookie league pitching coach, I'm going to take Ryan Hernandez, strictly because of the ability to do mechanics. Remember, and I say this a lot, but I still think it's worth repeating because it's not immediately obvious. Mechanics are the only way to raise your ceiling. Really. That influences the TCR, the talent change randomness in this game, is mechanics. And so having it on rookie league players is a nice low. It doesn't come with a lot of risk, but it comes with potentially very high reward. If you want to see those rookies that come out of nowhere, the ones that scouted like in the 20th round or whatever that become major leaguers, it's because of stuff like this. Development is important, but the other thing to consider, and this is why you need to be careful about who you put in which minor league tier level, is that rookie leagues are all short season leagues. A rookie season, I think, is like 50 games, maybe? About that. I guess I could look it up. I suppose I shouldn't make up answers if I don't know for sure. How long is a rookie league baseball season? Maybe I need to look at rookie league specifically. I'm looking at the Wikipedia article right now. I realize you're like, I could do that, and you probably could. Completely possible. League alignment. Shortened season begins in mid-June and ends in late August or September. Okay, about 60 games for the ones in 60 games, it looks like. So I was close. Anyways. So all this is to say that it's not going to be super impactful, but I'd rather have a great young coach now that can work his way up the system. All right. When can I sign international agents? Not for a while yet. All right. Next decision, player development. You're looking right now at the heir apparent to Charlie Condon. This is the guy. So we want to get him plenty of opportunities here. Let's have him work on his play discipline. And because he played in rookie ball quite effectively, we're going to go ahead and promote him now while I'm thinking about it. He's 21. He can probably handle high A without too much of a hassle. He is my insurance. So we want to get him ready to go. Justin Conover is really good. I actually would like you to work on your defense. Danny Gonzalez, work on plate discipline. Rodarte needs to break through this year. He's learned all he can learn in AA. I'm going to go ahead and promote him to AAA now while I'm thinking about it. And then we need to teach him something that'll make him more effective. I think gap power is probably... It's a nice mix between something that's good for him to know, but that's not too terribly hard to learn. Jose Banuelos, control. Dave Crawford, control. Let's have Yasukawa keep working on his plate discipline and also promote him to AAA. I never do this at this particular point of the season. I don't promote people from here, but I definitely should. It's real strong. And then Carlos Martinez has a lot to offer us as well. And he had an okay season in Double A. I'm a little concerned about his track record, if I'm honest with you. Um, I wonder if Milwaukee ruined his development a little bit because he's 21 years old and he doesn't have a ton of experience in the minors. I'm going to promote him to Albuquerque because I think he's at least earned that promotion, but we need to be very cautious of what we do with him. Work on your plate discipline. It's always the right answer. All right, next step. We need to look at arbitration amounts. And there's probably going to be some people that want a fairly hefty raise. Will Levy's already been given his big contract offer. We don't have to worry about him. If we don't keep Osuna, then who is the starting pitcher? It could be Barry Keller. It could be Shin again. I want to save some money somewhere, but I don't want to save at the expense of anything else. Now, Pineda is an interesting case. Very interesting. Let me be perfectly blunt with you. I'm looking at a 35-year-old pitcher who wants $25 million a year. I don't think that's a smart decision. I'd rather keep Osuna and try to find someone to replace Pineda. I know he's been a good pitcher over his career for us. I'm not saying that he hasn't. But I'm saying that I'd rather get rid of him a year early than a year late, and this way I can possibly recoup a draft pick. I'll talk to him and see what he wants in a new contract, but he probably wants a raise. Yeah, 26 million. I don't think he's worth it. I truly don't believe that. So if I non-tender him, I should be prompted then that I can turn that I can I guess I can't do that. Okay. Do we trade Pineda? I think probably we at least consider that question. I'm going to go and give Ozuna a 1 year extension. I don't want to lose him and Pineda in the same offseason when I don't have a ton of flexibility just yet. So I think this deal happens for sure. I'd probably also keep Shin. So let's try to get Pineda traded. I'd love a prospect package if I could get one. My goal here is 1 green and 2 yellows, or 2 greens. Okay. I think nobody is going to trade for him, which is fine. Okay, that's acceptable. Riddick absolutely gets his raise. Riddick is a very, very talented reliever, and I'm willing to get that down. Pretty happy about that. Torres, also very popular, very important. Okay. Um, do I just like clear the decks? I don't think so. The problem is, even if Emerson is not a very good player, he's the only person I trust to take over from Tovar in the short term. So I think we have to keep him around, at least for another couple seasons. I don't know what to do about Dalis. I truly don't. I'm going to come back to him. Brito. Am I tricking myself? Am I convincing myself that Brito has the capability to be a top tier outfielder when the present evidence has not shown that? Right? Like, nothing about Brito so far has been like, this is a starting outfielder. But maybe it doesn't have to be. Maybe it's fine to keep him around for a relatively small raise. Maybe that's fine. Maybe. Alright. So we have three people that are really interesting here. Now, Shin still does the thing he is meant to do. He's been incredibly durable and he throws lots of innings. This has value even if those innings are getting to be lower quality. I think Shin is somebody we can keep around potentially. I wonder if I hurt myself by non-tendering. I wonder if the AI knows that I non-tendered what's his face, and that's why they won't trade for him. I'm not going to guarantee the rotation though. All right. Dalis and Milan. $10 million is a hard pill to swallow for Mr. Milam. But he didn't play the whole season and still gave us nearly 2 wins. And this is his moment, right? This is what he's been waiting for. His chance to be an everyday starting catcher. I think he got hurt last year, right? That's what happened to him. That's why he missed as much time as he did. Yeah, he missed 3 to 4 months. I think in the absence of a really great major league ready prospect, I think Mr. Milam has to be a catcher for us. So I think we go ahead and give him his 10 million. I'll do you one better. 5 years with a team with 2 team options. This is far better for me. Do you have to worry about the opt out? Everyone is happy, and I will have to shave off a little bit off of your first year salary. All right, cool. Very reasonable deal. I feel pretty good about that one. So Dolly's is the remaining question mark. Do I have an infielder? I have Yasukawa, don't I? Who can play second and short pretty effectively. Let's trade Dolly's. Somebody's going to be interested in him. Somebody's going to look at him and say, that's the kind of player that I want on my team. All right. Let me get a package for him. All right. A green and 2 yellows is pretty solid, but I saw there was a blue in there. Well, Julio Alvarez isn't a reliever, he's a starter. That makes him incredibly attractive. Javier Gonzalez is a really nice backup catcher type, and Alex Contreras is here too. Yeah, this is a no-brainer. I don't know why you don't like it, but I love it. Done. Oh, that's right. Dulles was a captain, wasn't he? I forgot about that. Here's the thing. I needed to do that. That was a very, very beneficial trade for the Colorado Rockies. I still think we have at least one other captain, don't we? Yeah, we have Leon, we have Fauski. We've got some really good players and great leadership, so I'm not at all concerned about it. Um, Mr. Alvarez, you may very well get a shot here in spring training to get a chance to fill one of those rotation spots. Very possible. Very, very possible. I need to clear off some room on the 40 man, so we're gonna do some decisions here. Because I don't want to lose any of my top two here. I don't want to lose Gonzalez, or actually, no, this will solve itself, won't it? When Pineda goes. What if I just non-tender Shin? Yeah, with the addition of Alvarez, that's actually what I'm going to do. Am I? No, I need to keep him. I need that reliable arm. I'm not willing to give up on him just yet. Okay. Except problem I have a bunch of players here that are nowhere near Major League ready, but yet already are on the 40 man. But I don't want to lose them either, so I get it. I like Vega better than Fauski. But he is the captain, and I don't want to lose another captain. I'd probably get pilloried for that. I'll remove you from the 40 man. Because we had Danny Gonzalez. Danny Wilson might actually play this year. With the right moves, so I think removing another pitcher for him makes sense. I think we trade Swain. There's just no path for him to regular playing time. Like, I guess if Condon got hurt, Swain could probably fill in. Actually, I guess for that reason, I should probably keep him, huh? As injury insurance. That's a reasonable take. Let me bump Kasim here. So I can add Carlos Martinez. And I want to keep Danny Olson if I can. Daniel Olson, I think he's got a ton of potential as a reliever. He's also a lefty, which is just a banana. Who's in my current bullpen? I could trade Caironi, maybe. I don't think he's that necessarily thrilling. Because if I don't claim Olson, I bet somebody else does. If I don't claim Pizzulo, I bet somebody else does. So Pizzulo doesn't worry me that much. If somebody takes him, they take him. I just don't have enough 40-man spots. Maybe that's an argument for doing a bit more of a clean sweep. But I've got enough super talented players here that even if I lost a guy like Olson, if I'm worried losing Olson, I should just trade him. That's the answer to this question, right? This is the solution. I just trade him. Nobody wants him. I guess that's fair because then people could grab him for free and they'd rather get things for free than pay money for them. That's reasonable. Okay. If we want to get rid of Fauski, we could add Salas. The problem is that that doesn't solve my 40-man problem. And I think Acevedo needs to go back to the minors anyway. I'm going to try to sneak you through waivers. I'm going to add Olson. Five catchers seems excessive. But I think it's necessary. Um, am I making a mistake bringing Shin back? That's what I keep coming back to, you know? I know Shin has been rubber armed. I know Shin has been a good innings eater, but he's not that great a pitcher anymore. His best days are clearly behind him, and he's losing velocity. I think we tell Shin goodbye. I think I've got enough interesting players on this roster that I think non-tendering Shin saves us a lot of heartache. That's the right choice. That's the right decision here. Let's advance a bit of time here and let some of these contract decisions come through. Damn. The kids owed them some Kasim Edo hell in Mario Acevedo. I genuinely thought Acevedo would get through pretty easily, but I think while it's like it sucks that we're losing assets that people valued fairly highly, and I probably should have tried to trade harder. I still think it's the right choice. I still think we're making the correct decision to let these guys go. Damn, everybody fucking wants Mr. Edo Hell. I mean, good for them, I guess. I will pay you 100 grand. See if I don't. Fans are kind of bummed. I didn't realize that he was so popular, but here we go. He is a fairly talented outfielder. I maybe should have tried it harder to keep him, but like, how did he get better the moment I traded him? What? I'm very confused. He was like a 44 like 10 seconds ago. Hmm. Maybe I should have kept him. Oh well. Mistakes were made. Not the last time, not the first time, certainly not the last time. The fans are pretty jazzed about keeping Milam around. That's cool. They like Riddick. What if I offered you $200,000? White Sox. It's Yanquiel Fernandez. Okay. Cool. We did it. Okay. Coaches are all set up. Let's simulate up to free agency filing. We got a gold glove for Naganori Ida. I mean, not how I wanted him to be. Not the impact I really most wanted him to do, but I'm not going to complain about it. We finally got a Cy Young Award for Will Levy. You're damn right we should have. I got Manager of the Year. Again, obviously. Unanimous. Will Levy was really fucking good. Like, that's why I didn't mind giving him this gigantic salary, because No Colorado Rockies ever won a Cy Young award. It's just too hard to pitch there. So yeah. All right. I have quite a bit of money to play with now. That makes me feel a lot better. Now we can do the hard work of finding the great players that we want. I mean, let's take a moment and sigh and think about how amazing our team would be if we had Paul Skeens on it. We're not allowed to have him, though. We can't have nice things. Um, give me. I'm not going to do this again. I'm not going to contribute a whole bunch of money to a player who might not even play for us. I will take Mr. Oak here, though, and offer him a minor league deal. That I will do. Ad Penn is a really good pitcher. He's extremely talented. I think he's the exact kind of pitcher I'd love to add to my team. Um, wait, how do we still have shit on the roster? Did this pig fucker... What happened here? How was he on... What? What? I did not give him a 3-year contract extension. I non-tendered him. He very clearly has no contract. What the fuck is going on here? Okay, he is very clearly meant to be a free agent. Like, he has no actual contract. Like, it says signed through 2033. This is 2033. This is a bug. I'm going to go into commissioner mode and delete his contract. Um, yeah, that is not a thing. Let's see here. Shin. Yeah, he's not even on a team right now. Like, what the actual fuck? No, I don't want to do that. I'm completely confused right now. Like, I don't even see what I can do about this. Oh, here we go. I'm going to give him a salary of $0. Okay, yeah, there you go. No, it seems very clear. Oh my god. What? Okay, there you go. That was bizarre. I think I've ever seen that happen before, where it's like you don't have a contract, but you still cost me money. Anyway, all this is to say that gentleman would be a very fine addition to our bullpen. This is the kind of free agent I'm happy to spend a little bit of money on. He'd be really good. Let's do this, and then let's see how this works out for us. And then I'm just gonna casually grab like all these fine folks and just offer them minor league deals. There you go. How much is Pineda trying to get on the open market? I guess that's an important question I should ask myself. Okay, 13 million for Pineda is something I am very interested in paying. I'm not going to give him that many years, but I would give you 3 years with a pair with a team option and a player option. That works for me. That works for me very, very much. Hey, it's Drew Romo who thinks he's worth $20 million. Good on you, I guess. Alright, let's advance time a little bit and see what kind of things happen here. Now, here's the thing. I will not get into a bidding war. I refuse. I categorically refuse to get into a bidding war. So if other people like fight, piss, and moan, I'll probably just let them have it. You didn't get any better. That's pretty lame. I guess I can at least train somebody else, you know? Let's get Jonathan Anderson some plate discipline. That feels okay to me. Sure, sure, sure. Pineda returns. Nice. Yeah, that was absolutely the right decision. I have no regrets about that at all. Um, that was a very shrewd decision. I basically got free money by making him test the market. Fuck you. I don't do bidding wars over relievers. That's nonsense. Utter nonsense. Much like Jim Pizzulo. Actually, Bobby Mendez better if he just learned how to throw with some control. I think of all these players here, quite honestly, Dan Salas is the one I'm very strongly considering putting on the 40-man. But like they're leaving a spot open so we can maybe grab ourselves a cheeky Rule 5 pick. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate up to the Rule 5 draft. I don't know if you guys can hear, somebody's mowing their lawn. We'll look at this trade here in just a moment. I'll be right back. It appears we have a trade offer. Nope. International free agent signing is right around the corner too. That's something we're gonna want to pay attention to. Nope. One thing I think they tried to implement in this game that I don't think it works is I don't think trading reputation does what they wanted it to do. But then again, I don't know what they actually wanted it to do. Maybe there was something to it. Ad Pen is making $18 million a year. I was never going to be able to match that, so... You know what, my friend? I wish you well, but I had no desire to spend money on you, so... Yeah. I forgot about Mika Bell. That's really funny, actually. I just completely forgot about him. Oh, I don't know if the fans care so much about him. Like, Fanders is actually pretty high. Um, so I'm not that concerned about it. I'm not as efficient as I'd like to be. We're paying a lot of money to certain players, which makes sense. Because they really have very little else to do with our money. It's just keeping the players we really want to keep. Alright. Let me apply my filter. I don't really want Isaiah Drake, if I'm honest with you. I don't really think he offers us that much. I guess I should sim until it's my own pick. Meh. I don't think of players that are useful right now necessarily than players that are going to be great in the future. So I guess I should sort by overall. No to Alfonseca. I think he probably is at least somewhat comp up. Nope, he's played in the majors. Disgusting. Played in the majors. Sal Delgado. Oh, that's right. I could claim him back. That would be very funny to me. Um... I think Todd May makes sense because he can play the outfield too and play it fairly effectively. I think he's somebody I'm interested in trying out potentially. So let's go ahead and grab Mr. May here. And that's probably it for me. I don't think there's anybody else that I particularly care about. Alright. How the fuck do fans care that much about Weston Moss? Like, what the hell, guys? Oh, I never voted in the Hall of Fame voting. That's an oversight. I'll vote for Bryce Harper, obviously. I could vote for Jacob deGrom as well. Aaron Judge, Frankie Lindor, Andrew McCutchen, Jose Ramirez. I'm going to keep carrying a torch for Joey Votto, even if I think it's ultimately doomed. I don't think there's a very high probability that he'll get elected, but I got to keep trying, you know? I'll vote for, I guess, Garrett Cole is the last guy here. Nah, I'm gonna vote for Garrett Cole. I guess that's reasonable. Submit. Alright. I know this hasn't been the most thrilling offseason. Like, mostly what we did is we shuffled some players around, but I don't think we've done anything decisive. Getting Pineda back for basically half of what he wanted is pretty enticing. Nope. Mm-mm. It's pretty exciting, but it doesn't necessarily change the equation all that much. Opening up a spot for somebody else on the roster besides Shin is valuable, but again, it's not decisive. we're really banking an awful lot on young players either getting better or players with a more stout track record figuring it out again. We won 103 games. Like, it's okay if we backslide a little bit. Drew Romo is paying. Boston is paying Drew Romo a lot of money. That's a stupid amount of money, guys. Like, that's comically expensive. Like, maybe you're convinced he can be a 4-win player again. I'm not. I'm glad I traded him when I did. Jacob deGrom made it in. That's pretty cool. Many teams surprised me too much should have dropped off. I do think Alex Bregman is probably going to make an argument, as will Correa, but I don't think either one of them is a Hall of Famer. Um, I think the only true Hall of Famer on those Astros teams who won the World Series are Jose Altuve. And was Garrett Cole on those teams? I don't remember. I don't remember when he was part of the Astros. Let's look him up. When were the trash Stros a thing? So that was 2017. Let's see here. Houston Astros. This is gonna bug me if I don't look it up. It's the last year they won the championship. Let's see, they won their World Series in 2017. So it was before Garrett Cole got there. Okay. That's my memory was a little bit fuzzy, but that makes sense to me. Okay. Either way, I think he's probably a Hall of Famer. I feel pretty confident that he's a Hall of Famer. Um Oscar Crespo seems like a pretty incredible starting pitcher. I think we just grab him. I think we don't even look here. I think we just add him to our collection. Oh, alright. Sure. One of these days, I probably need to just go through and just start cutting people from the minors. Alright, now I can get the guy I want, which is Crespo. I will give you $5.8 million. Like, I'm not even going to think this one at all. I would like you to be a Colorado Rocky, please. Alright. Already signed. Nice. I've had a bottle of water for this entire recording, and yet I've just not opened it. No wonder I'm thirsty. There we go. Ruben Santa Cruz getting even better makes me very happy. Very, very happy indeed. I don't love Levy losing velocity. Pineda losing it is probably expected. Alvarez getting worse actually makes me disappointed. I think Alvarez has some potential. Condon is getting worse at defense. I mean, it's hard to get upset about someone getting worse at defense when they play first base. It's easier for me to say I'm a terrible athlete. When I played baseball, when I was very, very young, when I was like 11 and 12, because I just played Pee Wee, I mostly played right field because I sucked. I'm not here to tell you that, oh, I could have made the major leagues if only this, that, and the other thing had happened. I could have made the major leagues if I had been a significantly better athlete and had any talent whatsoever. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I was pretty bad. Uh, you guys are all fine. Robbie Brewer, you're an intriguing little guy. Mr. Brewer, would love to give you a chance to earn a job in spring training. I truly would. Let's get the man of mitts in here. That's probably sufficient. I don't need to have everybody join spring training. So let's just let our bench coach feel happy for himself for once. We want youngster Todd May to play right field. I'm not opposed to that. It's really sad how far we've come that Tovar is now very obviously the worst hitter on the team, even though that's not actually true. Um, there's still enough life left in that bat that I think he can still be a very strong contributor for at least the next year or two. Um, but we'll see. We'll see. Pitching, we're going to run 6-man rotation in spring training here. And we add in Keller and Alvarez. Levy has now pitched 3 consecutive seasons of 180 plus innings. I think it's time to take the brakes off. Ruben Santa Cruz, I'm fine with leaving it a pitch count for now. But I think Will Levy, we trust him enough that he can do his thing. Alright, let's play some baseball games. Gonzalez got better. People are getting better. That's great to see. Okay, that's really shitty. I'm getting very annoyed by his propensity to get injured all of a sudden. That really annoys me. Because 6 weeks is not time for opening day. It's all long after opening day, but that's equally poopy. Colin Ritchie has a pretty important role to play on this team, but I guess he's injured too. Sure, just take my entire offense. Just injure everybody. Good lord, game. Settle the fuck down, man. What if there's something like deep in the OOTP algorithm that's like, oh, you had 2 successful year, I better injure some players? I mean, that's probably not what it's like, but that's what it feels like. It feels very rude. Danny Gonzalez got better, Rodarte got better, Yasukawa got better. That's cool. I'm gonna get Bobby Rivera for opening day. I just don't think I care. I don't think there's anything about him in particular. And we opened directly on the 21st, which means, I mean, I guess I'm gonna have these injuries. I'd rather have them now. Um, since other than Richie, knock on wood, we're expecting that the 2 other people who got hurt are gonna come back pretty quickly. But that still really sucks. That makes you a little bit salty. Just a little bit. Levy is actually going to be back in 4 days. So only Richie's going to be out for an extended period. So if I get off to a slightly slower start than normal, that's understandable. All right, let's get the roster set up. I presently have 24 pitchers. Ideally, I would like 13. So let's start sending people to the minors. Byers, Caironi, Cashin, Mendez, Crawford, Munoz, Pizzulo, Rivera, Roque. 2 more gotta go. That's fine. I really don't trust Estrada or Alvarez to be a starting pitcher for me. Does anyone else have the stamina needed? Like, I really don't want either one of them starting for me. So currently the rotation is going to be these 4, and I have to keep either Alvarez or Estrada. I'm not keeping Estrada, so I'll send him down, and then 1 reliever's got to go. It's either going to be Olsen or Anderson that goes. I think it's Olsen that goes to the minors for right now. Actually, how many lefty relievers do I have? I have 2. So I send down Olsen, it doesn't hurt. Okay, that's the plan then. Alright. Let's build the pitching staff then. I'm going to leave the rotation as it is. This is the way I'd want it. I guess we want to take some pressure off of Santa Cruz. You can make Pineda the ace, but this is acceptable for now. And I think this bullpen also works. I trust Torres more than Cruz, so I'm going to do a quick little swap for that. I don't want to use openers at all. I don't like openers. It's just not something I'm interested in. Aronson is acceptable in this role, so I think this works for the start of the bullpen. I think we can live with this. Now let's check the lineup here. I have 33 players left. I do not need 5 catchers. It's an excessive number of catchers. So Vega, Gonzalez. I want to find a better DH. I desperately want to find a better DH. Rodarte, I think, can start the year in AAA. Swain, you get to stay. Because I need somebody that can handle third base. What do I do with Brewer? I think I let Brewer start the year in AAA. I think that's the best place for him. I think he's got a ton of potential. I actually really, really like him. But I want to give him just a little bit more seasoning in the minors. But at least up to now, I'm pretty happy with him. Does Yasukawa break camp with a major league team? It's possible. Outfielder-wise, who's playing left field right now? Oh, currently nobody? Okay. Oh, Martinez and Hunter, I'd rather keep Martinez because Martinez has a bit more upside. The value of keeping Hunter is his defense, but I don't need that right now, so I think we can demote Hunter. Okay. So Carlos Martinez, I didn't anticipate this when we started the off season, but I'm willing to go with it. You get to make the 40 man. Oh, you're already on the 40 man. Never mind. Um. So here's the question: what do we do with Yasukawa? I think he starts the year in AAA. If he could play third, I would very strongly consider keeping him up in the majors. Now, this does put an awful lot of stress on Emerson to be our only backup infielder. But I think this gives us quite genuinely the best opportunity for success. I guess I could send on Fontenot. Do I keep Yasukawa? I'd rather keep Brewer over Yasukawa if I'm going to carry another infielder because he can also play the outfield too. Yeah, let's keep Brewer. I've got to make room for him, understood. Kyrone, I don't think is going to hurt us if someone else claims him. Yeah. This feels significantly better. I'd rather have 6 infielders than 3 catchers. I know Fontenot was useful, but if he's not going to be the primary backup, I don't see much point in keeping him on the roster. I think we can accomplish his offensive skills in other ways. So I'm going to advance one day, and then I'm going to go and set the lineup. I mean, I would also like to win it all if my opinion were requested. Let's set the lineup. All right. Who is missing from here? Oh, Ida. That's who's missing. Okay. How long do we get Ida back? We get Ida back in 5 days. Okay. This isn't really our true lineup, in all honesty. I'm just gonna let the AI set this initial lineup, and I think that's reasonable. I'm going to change it. I much more trust Canarella than I do Fermin at this point in their respective careers. Yeah, this works. Emerson over Swain is a choice, but I get why they're doing it because he's really, really good defensively. Um, and that's acceptable. Like this is a lineup I'm perfectly fine to enter into our season with. Um, so what do I think about our chances? I think we need Levy and Ida. This is obvious. And maybe they're both going to come back quite quickly. If they do and they're at full strength, I think it's barely a ripple in our chances for this season. Richie coming back is also going to be a big shot in the arm. I did not anticipate on a rookie position player playing every day in Carlos Martinez. That certainly was not something I'd considered. But he is a very good outfielder. And he's a captain, which means he offers us leadership, and he is effective. His offensive capability isn't that great, but I think it's good enough. I think he can be a starting caliber left fielder, at least for the short term here. We're asking Brito to be the everyday DH. I'll be honest with you, I don't love that. I don't love the idea that Brito's playing as often as he is. Once Ida comes back, there's a very realistic chance that Brito just goes down to the minors. Pitching wise, I mean, this is basically last year's rotation with Keller being added as a starter instead of a reliever, and Willie Alvarez, our big trade acquisition here. There's a lot to like about Alvarez. I'm actually pretty happy about it, but he is leaving the split second that Will Levy is healthy. Like, there is no question in my mind. Bullpen is mostly the same as last year. I think everyone here actually had a role of another on the roster. Johnny Anderson is our one new addition to the bullpen, but I feel pretty strongly about it. Like, this is basically last year's team with a few minor tweaks. And I think that's okay. I think that's acceptable. We don't necessarily need the greatest team of all time. We just need to go back to the postseason and do more damage this time. It comes down to content. Condon has to prove that last year was a fluke. If it was a fluke and we get another couple great years out of him, then I think the sky's the limit for the Rockies. If he falters, we have to be ready to replace him. And I don't know who that is yet. Mittman 100% is on that short list. I suppose we should mess around with our minor leagues, right? That seems like the thing to do. I'm just going to quietly switch a bunch of people over to the Dominican Summer League, the other team we have. Okay. Fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. Alright. A-ball is way too crowded, but I need players up in AAA. I will have a lot of pictures, not very many hitters. Okay. Ripley, Zapata, Harry, or Carey, whatever you want to call it. How many catchers do they have now? Do they have an excessive number of catchers? They have an excessive number of catchers. They have 4 catchers. That's too many catchers. They could use more outfield help. Message received. A third baseman wouldn't go amiss. I don't want to promote Kevin Davis if I can avoid it. I think he's just too old. Or too raw. Cooper definitely gets promoted. Maybe McLean too. He is 23 after all. Oh, I didn't need McLean. Never mind. Oh, I can't have him there anyway. All right. Who goes from high A to double A? Min is 21. Can he skip A ball? I don't think he should. I think letting him cook in the A and high A for a season is reasonable. Like Mario Marquez can be promoted. We'll promote Ventura, Guzman. You need another catcher, so we'll promote Greg Lewis. We'll promote the bigger Nick. There we go. John Kaiser was sensational in A-ball. We're going to promote him to high A. I can promote some more people too, actually. Promote Nick Powell. Ruben Gonzalez, Josh Richards. Ruben Garcia had an outstanding season in A-ball for a 19-year-old. Let's promote him and let him play in high A this year. And let's also promote Dave Carlino, like vaporized baseball team, so we'll do that. Then I want to promote some people from the Rookie League up to low A. I'm going to sort by overall for this because I think that's the best way to judge it. We'll promote Maharg, Wire, Altomare, Dahan. Do I promote Kyle Long? I don't think so. I don't think a high school reliever is ready for A-ball that quickly. We could do Dave Hine instead. We'll do that. Alright, minors are set. Team is set. Next episode, we're going to play some baseball. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. If you have, please remember to like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know if you think we can win it all this year. I hope we can. But until next time, this has been Guardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.